So the different dimensions of money, we have the IQ, EQ, and SQ. Anybody knows about this? IQ क्या होता है?
Intelligence quotient,
Yes, intelligence quotient,
emotional quotient,
emotional quotient, and third one is the
spiritual quotient.
spiritual quotient. Very good. All Reiki practitioners are aware of the spiritual quotient also. So that's wonderful. So we'll look at money from these three angles. Okay. So now I'll mute everyone. You can unmute if there is a answer that you want to answer. Then you can unmute yourself. Okay. So the IQ about money is the knowledge, skills, and abilities. What you know about money, the skills you have about money, how to make money, etc. Abilities that you have of money. So that is the knowledge, skills, and ability. How do you get money? How do you earn money? How do you make money? And how do you keep money? It may be saving, investment, whatever. So in how to make money, it can be how do you get sales. Suppose you are in a business, then how to get sales, or how to get a job. If you're in a job, then how to get a job. So, and if you're in a business, then you have to also set up the system. So there is an entire process. That's what the MBA is all about. Master in Business Administration. So that is all about knowledge. Then, if you are in business, you should also know about the taxes and the laws of the country where you live. Now, after you make profit and everything, then we have another thing that now what to do with that money. So, how to invest that money. Uh, so, just recently I was talking to one student. So she was, I don't know, she's not here right now today, but uh, she's making good money, very good money. And her problem is investing. How to invest? Where to invest? So, that is also a big challenge. And she invested in some property in some other some location, which is not very exciting actually. But I gave her one suggestion how she can make good money by investing up in a place where there are a lot of tourists, etc. So anyway, that is all about knowledge, skills, and abilities about money. That many people have that knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge, then you can also Google. You can hire a consultant. Skills you have to develop yourself. You have to develop your skills, and the skills will pay your bills. If you're in job, then you have that skills, then you can do something. Right? Abilities also you have to develop. So this is the information part and intelligence part, knowledge, skills, and ability. But how do you feel about money? How do you feel about money? That is the emotional aspect of the money making. How do you experience money? When the money topic is uh, like there is a discussion on money, then how do you feel? How do you feel by transacting money? Okay. So the experience, how you experience money is also very important. That has nothing to do with your intelligence. So you may be very intelligent, but emotionally, when it comes to handling money, your emotions do not help you. That can be the case. So you should be emotionally intelligent also. Scientists have discovered that earlier they were thinking that intelligence quotient is very important, but lately they discovered that emotional quotient actually allows you to grow in any organization. So if you want to take leadership roles, then you have to take that. And very recently, there is a discovery that spiritual quotient is even more important, because these times there is a lot of ambiguity, uncertainty. What will happen after 3 months, 6 months? Very uncertain, very ambiguous situation. So it's very complex also. The problems are very complex. Things are changing at a very fast pace. New technologies are being developed. So leaders who are spiritually also the spiritual quotient is high, means they are practicing some meditation, doing some spiritual activity like Reiki, etc. They have high spiritual quotient, and that is very important, they say. But now let's look at EQ. So how do you experience money? There are four types of personalities in money. So you have to notice which type you belong, and you can comment in the below. You can comment below what type you are. Okay, be honest. Just it is just about self-awareness. It is for you. Okay. First is the spender. Sometimes people spend even before the money comes through credit card, or they will take some loan, etc., and spend it. So these people cannot see money in their pocket. They have to spend it. And some people, they have a lot of money, but still they save money. They will earn money and then save. Earn money, save. And then sometimes these people have children who are spenders. Those children spend all the money. So uh, some people are like but savers. They want to save. Then there are avoiders. Avoiders, they avoid everything, anything related to money they avoid spending also, even necessary things which is required, they will do uh, cut short in that also. They will avoid spending, and with the same coin they will also avoid taking any risk. They will they will not make enough money because they are avoiding everything. And then there are monks. They don't care about money. Money is immaterial. They are beyond money. They are like sadhus or monks. So money doesn't matter to them. So they are they are not like spender or saver or avoider also, but it doesn't matter to them. So what are you? What are you in this? Just comment below, who are you? What type of personality you are? Okay. It is about self discovery, so you will know about it. You have to know. So Rashmi is a spender, Redmi is saver. Redmi send me privately. Roshni saver and avoider in some situations. Okay. And Amar saver and avoider. Okay. So you know it is all self. So you know how you function. Okay. Rina is spender. Monk. Gopika is monk mostly. Doesn't matter. Above everything. Wow. So you see, in this small group also there are four. You have all the four categories, right? There are different people. So everybody thinks differently. Everybody thinks differently, and everybody has different relationship with money, right? So low EQ versus high EQ money personalities. So some people have a low EQ about money, some have high EQ. So let's look at that. We must have high EQ. It is very very important. Okay, because if you see low EQ, like emotionally that they are not connected to money very well, so they are hard working. So you notice if this is there with you or no. Okay, you don't have, it's for your awareness. Okay, hard working, these people sacrifice a lot. They distrust other people. It doesn't help them. You have to trust, then only you will get money. If you are suspicious, if before transacting with people, they will think iska kuch fayda hoga, this person must be benefiting from this. They will not look at their benefit, they will look at the other person's benefit. And they will also look at survival. Oh, how will I survive if I spend this money? They keep worrying about it. They keep worrying where the money will come from. They sometimes they will do impulse purchases. They have fear, like lockdown. The moment it is announced, people will run to the shops and as if nothing is going to be available. Impulse purchases they will do. They are anxious of future. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? They don't live the present. So they avoid taking risk. They will avoid taking risk. So how can a person who does not take risk grow? So low EQ is this debt. They are always in debt, afraid of the unknown. They are afraid of unknown. What will happen? They are tight fisted. They are tight. They will not leave the money. Like they will have hold on to the money, and that does not allow because money has to circulate. You have to spend also. You have to save, but you have to spend also. Rather than saving, it is investing. Investing is you cannot avoid. You cannot hold it, and if you do that long, money will not come. Unlimited money will not come, and these people don't give to others also, though, or they find it difficulty. Now, it does not mean that you have all these qualities. If you have low EQ, you may have one or two or three or more than that, and you may have a mix of high EQ or and low EQ. So, out of this, which applies to you, note that. Okay, you can type also for awareness purpose. You can type so that it becomes clear. Which of this applies to you? Which you so you have to work on that. Suppose you are suspicious, then you have to work on that. You have to start trusting people. Suppose you are afraid of unknown, then you have to start becoming uncomfortable with the unknown, stepping into the unknown. Then high EQ. Now you can mention which quality you have from this high EQ. You may not have all the qualities, but some of them you have, and some of them you have to work on. Okay. For such people, money comes easily. Uh, they they fearlessly spend. They don't fear about it. They spend it. They are at ease with money. No fear. So ease. Please mute yourself. Uh, there is abundance. They have a view that money is abundance. So they have also a collaborative view. Means they feel that I will win and the other person will also win. They are not in a situation that I will win and the other person will lose. They think of win-win. They want to win. When they have a transaction with the other person, they understand, okay, let him also earn. I will also get some benefit out of this product, service, whatever, and let that person also make some money. So they understand that not all debt is bad. They will take loan also, but they know they will take calculated risk. Okay, so if they borrow money, they have something in mind. They have a plan. Okay, when it is time to give, like for example in this pandemic situation, so in such situation they will give money. They will give easily. They will give to people who need it because they don't have fear. They are emotionally very high. Okay, they feel protected. They know that universe will give the money, so they spend the money. Okay, so you might notice some of the aspects in you. Okay, it's important to notice, and you also notice where you need to grow. Okay, some they feel protected. They feel protected. They manage money properly. The whatever income comes, they put some money into. They know that they have to pay tax. They have to buy insurance. They have to do some expenses. They have to invest also. Then have to keep something for uh, higher education of children, etc., for long term things. Okay, so in this way they manage properly, and they are confident of the future, and their focus is on growth and expansion. So if like for example you are in business and you don't focus on growth and expansion, if you don't invest in your growth and expansion, even as an individual, if you don't invest in your own growth and expansion, learning new things, etc., so then how can you do that? So all the people who are there in the webinar right now, you have a lot of these qualities, high EQ, because you are doing all these things. You have many of the qualities. I'm very sure about this. Okay, so these are the two different set of qualities that a person has. Okay, high EQ qualities and low EQ qualities. Now you can change the frequency. Like the first day we talked about this, you can change the frequency from low to high. So you have to change the frequency, you have to identify what are the weaknesses and what are strengths and where you can develop further in all these points. Okay, all these points are fine. So that's the area of development. And a healthy person, the person who has good EQ, high EQ, have no issue in giving also. If somebody comes and asks money from you, I am asking you this question. If somebody comes and asks money from you, do you find it easy to give money to that person? Just for your self-awareness. Okay, answer it to yourself. Do you find it easy to give to that person? Okay, fine, you take this money. Okay. Then, if somebody is giving money to you, how do you feel? Do you feel resistance? Do you stop or do you say no to them when somebody is giving money to you, which is due to you? Are you able to freely receive or do you have blocks in that? If you don't have blocks, then you are a healthy person. Then the third is asking for money. Are you having freedom in asking for money? Suppose you need certain amount to grow your business or do anything. So are you free to ask for money? If yes, then you are a healthy person. So now that you are aware, you are aware of this, so you can shift from negative to positive. Okay, so whatever goals and dreams etc. you have, you can fulfill them by changing from negative to positive and from low EQ to high EQ. Okay, and you have to also notice your personality, what you are, and be a mix of this. You know which situation how you have to act. You have to be that. So some people said that you have saver avoider also both at same time. So you should also add spending and a little bit of monk also you should be. Thoda a little bit you have to go beyond money also. At some point of time you should think, yeah, we are beyond. You should go beyond money. If you are only spender, start saving a little bit. In certain cases, you can avoid spending also in such uh, some situations. So you have to know in which situation you have to be a spender, which situation you have to be a saver, which situation you have to be avoider, and sometimes you have to go beyond money, become a monk, donate some money to other people. So you have to realize. I'm sure you are getting a lot of value out of this because you are learning a lot of things. I'm sure with this. Then comes the spiritual quotient. Spiritual quotient is what impact your money will create in the world, what you are doing with the money. Why are you earning the money? Do you have the higher purpose? Are you giving some part of your money to someone like a donation? Okay, so it can be that. Like for example, when you like let's say you spend money on something good, it can be donation or spiritual, some spiritual program, or you are doing something etc. So in this you are creating something. Also, like for example, Reiki also is another spiritual thing. So all these things are creating some impact in the world. Okay, so this raises your spiritual IQ and it helps the world also. Doing it for the higher purpose. Why are you earning money? If you are uh, so even sales can be service to humanity when you know it is going to change people's life. So if for example you buy a book, uh, the person who is selling that book is a spiritual book. For example, it's a self-development book or something, or it is a self-development course. That person is selling a self-development course to you. So that person is also doing a service to humanity by even selling, because the purpose is higher purpose. You understood? Okay, so if you got it, just type got it. Spiritual purpose is also like charity. When you're spending money in charity, feeding people, giving books, or something like that, that is also spiritual. It is a spiritual thing you're doing. You may not be getting anything out of it, but you are doing for a higher purpose. And even if you are getting something out of it, you are doing for a higher purpose. Okay, so so this is basically the spiritual quotient. You need to do, like, do this, give something, giving something everlasting, something everlasting to people. So a lot of people who are in the transformation work, they are doing some uh, big programs, or it may be like meditation programs, or some other programs which are opening people's mind, opening people's heart. You know, these these people may be charging some money, but they are doing some good to the society for the higher purpose. Okay, so that is why, like, it is such activities are very good for humanity, and that is the spiritual quotient. Spiritual quotient means, what are you doing for other people? Everybody is doing for themselves, but what are you doing for other people? Spending time for other people, like even doing reiki to other people, is a spending time for other people. So that is the difference. Okay, so did you feel you opened up a new paradigm today with all this, with the four personalities and the knowledge, skill, ability, and four personalities, money personalities, and high EQ and low EQ? You learned about this, right? You opened a new paradigm for yourself, and you started to think in new way now, in new directions. You have started to think, and you will work on this consciously, subconsciously, because it is there. I want it to go deep inside you, and it will go deep inside you, because uh, because the subconscious mind works that way. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you something more, which is the homework for today. So homework for today is very important. Share your biggest takeaway from today's session in the group, or once the video is uploaded, you can do that. That is highly recommended. Do that. It is a SQ work. It is a spiritual work. Okay. Listen to the root chakra meditation today also. Next few days, identify limiting belief about money that you have inherited from your parents, teachers, elders. Okay, and reprogram yourself. Every day, do this for next 7 days or 21 days, ideally. Okay, reprogram. Take one belief every day and reprogram yourself. And today, I have given you a new homework. Identify the first encounter with money. So far, I guess only one person, two people have shared. I have shared. Everybody has listened to my audio that I have shared. Type yes or no if you have listened to my story, like my childhood story, which I shared in the audio. So listen to it. Listen to it if you have not listened to it, because I've shared my own experience. My first memory of money is when I was 3 years old, 3.5 years old. Okay, I've shared in the group, so you just listen to that, and then think of what is your event. Okay, what was your event for the first time? And I think Roshni has also shared her story. Amazing. She has spot on. She has identified. It's very important to identify the first event where you created a relationship with money. Okay. So you have to listen. You have to remember your event. Okay, and share it. Find out find out how you felt at that time. How did you feel in that event? Where did it happen? Where that event happened? What time was it? Morning, afternoon, evening? Who was there in that event? Okay, what you were doing, and how did you feel? What did you decide? How did you what did you decide at that time, and what did you make it mean to yourself? What did you make it mean to yourself? Okay, so everything you have to see and share it with 10 people. This is the most important activity. Share with 10 family members, friends. This will give you a lot of freedom. Just do this exercise. It will give you a lot of freedom. Unbelievable thing. Because I can do a one-to-one session, half an hour session, where I can, on an individual basis, I can do, but it will take a lot of time. So instead of that, you can do it yourself. You can share with 10 people. By the time you share with 10 people, it will become very clear to you, and the event has a certain grip on you. It will lose. It will become loose, and you will become free. Okay, so this is the very important homework. Don't miss this. This will transform your life. Okay, this will transform your life. So you need to do this properly, because it's going to be amazing. You will feel really good, and you'll get a lot of freedom from this. Okay, so that's all. Time is up. Thank you very much for joining this webinar, and I'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Okay, for next session we will look at some steps to take yourself further in this. Okay, that's it from me. Bye bye.